Beekeeper.
Yes,
Yeah, well, that's a good question there, because
yes.
it's more of like a tradition thing,
Mm-hmm.
because for me, I grew up in that environment,
Okay.
and with that, I really developed a love of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more like an inspiration, more of a tradition become
So when you say
um
tradition, did you like a family? Did you start
yeah,
out? Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, man, cause for me, I grew up with my grandparents, and
Mm-hmm.
that was one of the main things that they deal with.
Yes.
Yes, like for instance, my grandfather, he was the one that really trained me to become this beekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, and
That's how you
he was one.
started out.
Yeah, man, he was one of the best. And I said, from there to start, till the love of it develop.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
So how long now have you been doing the beekeeping? Because you started out where? Not in Canada.
Yeah, my story. Yeah, we can get a little of the background.
Yes.
So, for instance, for me, when I was growing up, right, as a young toddler, I always see them doing their thing. Every time we call extraction over there, robbing the bees,
Grabbing the
you
bees.
know. So I always see them taking a care of bees and doing those stuff.
Right.
Yeah, man. So beekeeping for me was more of a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. So,
Mm-hmm.
so as a child growing up, you were excited in all of this bee thing. As a child, we used to afraid of bees, like afraid that it going to sting you. So, like as a young boy growing up, I guess you didn't have any fear. You didn't have
Oh,
any fear.
well, these drive fear in anybody. So you have to know.
Yes,
But it all depends on the time and how you deal with it and the mindset,
right,
right?
right.
Well, for me, it was part of my lifestyle. So even if I didn't want to be with them, I had to, right?
Mm,
Because my grandfather was the one that taking care of bees. He was a beekeeper for the community, you know, and most people know about him. So with him teaching, like for instance, how I how I started in this thing. I started like an engineer,
mm-hmm,
and my engineer job was to engineer the fire,
mm-hmm,
right? Because you used to have like now we use a smoker, but
mm-hmm,
they use in Jamaica they use like a ground fire,
mm-hmm.
right? You have to have a fire pan outside,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, man. So I used to be an engineer for that. I didn't
Oh.
even know nothing about bees,
Mm-hmm,
you know. But I know that the fire pan had to keep smoking, and
mm-hmm.
that was my job
So how
to
old
keep
were
the
you
fire.
at that time, Noel, when you started doing all of
That
this little thing?
maybe 6, 7.
So not
I
even
don't know.
10, not even 10 years old yet.
Because we're so small.
Yes.
And you're learning things and they bring you around them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how back home or Jamaica stay still. Because
Yeah,
over
man.
there, if you notice, you will see like a older person with a kid around them. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, everything they do, you see, and they bring you where they're going and all these things. So you get really learn a lot of
Acclimatized.
things,
Yes,
you
yeah,
know.
you just follow
But
whatever they're doing. Yes.
yeah, man, from
Mm-hmm.
way back, man.
Yes, yes, yes. That's good. That's
Because
very good.
the only thing I couldn't even carry the fire pan. I used to only have to make sure say it never blaze.
The fire.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah, it never blaze. Because smoke is a thing that we use inside the bees to keep them
hmm,
calm, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, because there's so much. And before we even get into that.
But I have a
So
question I want to ask you though.
yeah, yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
coming to the whole hive thing, but can you describe then your first experience with a beehive, like actually a beehive?
Well,
Apart from you going with the like you and in contact with the bees, like you personally, like, you know, handling it.
Well,
What was your first experience like?
well, I remember the day when I graduated as a beekeeper still.
Yeah.
And that's about in a high school, you know.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe like grade 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about grade 9, high school. So, and that's the day I caught my first hive. Like I
Ah.
saw my bee.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a memorable thing still.
Yeah.
So from about grade 9,
About
I
grade
got my
9.
first swarm, and that's the day I realized that I graduated, you know, as a beekeeper. So my grandfather, he was like in his 90s when he
Mm-hmm.
died, passed away still, like almost 100.
Yes.
But when he touched certain age, he couldn't do much again
Mm-hmm.
inside the apiary.
Right.
So I used to be the one. He will tell me what to do and I'll do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there was like a ice came out one morning. I was going to school.
Mm-hmm. Yes, tell us
Yeah,
the story about that. How that happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. No, so because I don't even know Jamaica State. There's like one bus go around my area, and if you miss that one, you have to go around another place to catch another bus. But the
Yes.
morning, that morning, a bee's eyes came out, and when I look at I was dressed and ready to go to school. And when I look at my grandfather sitting at on the veranda, that we have like say patio or thing, but veranda Jamaica style
Yeah, man.
outside.
Yeah, man.
And only thing he could do is just look at it and shake his head like you can see that his heart is willing, but his flesh was weak.
He's getting older,
You
yeah.
know, yeah. His flesh was weak. He wanted to go get it, but we see it. And that's when I took off my school clothes and get dressed and started, put it in a box. And yeah, man.
So when you get dressed, did you put on like a bee suit, like nowadays bee suit that these people had on, or what did you?
Yeah,
What way?
we use the veil and everything, but back in those times wasn't even like these fancy uniform now that they have.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like for me, it was more like one of those big guys, like for instance, would take a pants foot and cut that and put mesh on it and design our own little thing, you know.
Yeah, just to protect the face.
Yeah, just the face. And wear a long sleeve shirt, push everything inside, and
Interesting.
Yeah, man. But Jamaica bees they're more aggressive than these right now that we have here in Canada, you know.
Them Jamaica bees, what's it?
Yeah, man. Very, very, man. Very, very. You have to prepare yourself and thing, but it was nice. And that experience, after I caught the hive and thing, and you could see that he was happy, you know.
So that was
and
your
I felt
first.
good too. That's when I know I graduated. And from that day, yeah, man, it brings me to this, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So
But that's how the fear and for the bees and the love develop, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
So what's one of the most surprising thing you have learned about bees, like during? Hold on one second, Elijah. Please go upstairs to your room. I'm on the thing.
Yeah, man. You know. Yeah, man.
Yes, I was asking you what is one of the most surprising thing you have learned about the bees in your in your personal journey. Like I know you must have a lot.
For me, I observe and I love to see how they work as a colony, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, they work together in one unit. Everybody doing different jobs, different roles and tasks. But at the end of the day, they come to everything just run like a vehicle. You know, you put the gas in and you have the radiator with different fluid and all these things.
Yeah.
And everybody working together and they get the car moving. So that's how these are, you know, and yeah, if humans could work like the vehicle and everything would work.
Listen to me. I was just coming to right there, to say, like knowing about the bees or getting a little knowledge that I have about beekeeping, just little basic knowledge. I mean, understanding them for real, that's a very interesting point that you just brought out to say learning about how they function, how they work together as a colony, and us as human being. I always say that like other animal, different species, they know how to operate in their different genders, different roles, different things. But us as human being, we tend to
Real.
not we tend to not get it.
That's
Interesting.
so
Yeah.
real, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Real. When you look at the colony,
Mm-hmm.
you have one queen and you have some drones, but you have the worker bees, and the worker bees are all female. But they work together. Everybody does different things. For instance,
Mm-hmm.
the foragers, I don't know, like for instance, after the start, the younger ones would be the ones staying inside those nurseries,
Yes.
taking care of the queen and doing their duties.
All right.
While
I'm getting a little signal from my moderator, like she wants to, do a little transition between because I'm coming right now here. But guys, yes, we are here with Noel the beekeeper, and trust me, we are having a very exciting time with him, and we're gonna go right in with some more details again about beekeeping because it's a very fascinating
yeah, man.
environment to learn about. And we know that most people are usually so much afraid of the bees. When we see the bees, we are so scared of them. We're afraid that they might sting us. And so we are here with none other than the beekeeper himself.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sure, like, being a beekeeper, Noel, it must have, been such a big discipline for you to take on this kind of very, what you call it? I don't want to say sacred, but mischievous. I don't know the words to say about it. To say, it's such a mysterious, I should
Yeah,
say, type
man.
of situation, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people don't even know the benefit of bees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Only thing, so a lot of people maybe only know how bees make honey.
Yes.
How the honey make, they may say, it comes from plant, but there's more things to it, And if you really go into that and really look at the benefits and all these things,
yes,
it's a good thing. Because bees is good for our environment.
Yes.
Very, very good for our environment. And
yes, tell us a little bit about, as you touch on environment, tell us a little bit, because I feel like most people are not so much aware of the importance of having the bees around in our environment. Touch on a little bit of that, and tell us, why are the bees so important to our environment and food supply? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, man. These is very, very important,
Yeah.
Very, very important, because they're responsible for over 75% of the population, they say population, or the pollination process through the population.
Yes.
Right? Over 75%. Because honeybees pollinate a lot of stuff. Most of our food supply, those sweet nuts, I like talk about those sweet nuts,
And just explain a bit as we go along about the pollination, because just to, tell us what the bees actually do. We hear this word pollination, but what is that?
Yeah. We can break it down a little more, because pollination is the process of where plants use to reproduce, right?
Yeah.
So plants basically provide a sweet nectar, and then pollinators grab that sweet nectar.
Yeah.
And that's the sweet nectar that the honeybees grab and turn it into honey.
Yes.
You know, they store it as their food.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the plants that I'm telling you, those sweet nuts and I'm saying like food produce, all those things. That's why farmers have to depend on the honeybees, right? When they
Mm-hmm.
have honeybees around,
Yeah.
they get good, they get a good yield, like they produce beer,
Mm-hmm.
beer a lot, you know. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because I remember even earlier in like back in the days, they used to have like coconut trees and all these things in Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you're saying, what's going on? You know?
Mm-hmm.
We realized that they use pesticide. I used to spray it like banana.
Mm-hmm.
And that pesticide
Oh,
kill
kill the
the
bees.
coconut. Yeah, and then they
Mm-hmm.
realized that most of the bees start to die, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So with pollination going on, sometimes the bees, without them, a lot of things won't bloom and produce new one. Like so things start to die,
Yeah.
right?
So have you noticed any changes with the bees and like have you noticed any changes in bee activities due to like climate change or pesticide use? Because you're just mentioning the overuse of pesticide. So like for example, in some farmers now they're not doing organic farming, right? And say for example a farmer is spraying his field with those strong chemical and all of that. That will affect the bees? Will that affect them?
Most definitely, because the thing about it too, a lot of those spray that they use.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they try to make things more environmental friendly, you know.
Yes, especially in
Because
Canada here. Yes, I know that they
yeah,
try to.
yeah, a lot of the stuff that they use is no good, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes one disease they try to treat one sickness and then another one develop from the
Mm-hmm.
thing that they use.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes with the bees now. The pesticide is never good. That's why sometimes they spray and they will tell beekeepers they cover the bees for 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they use it and the bees end up die, right?
Mm-hmm. Because how much
Mm-hmm.
can you protect them if they're flying out? Is there a way that you can really keep them in unless you have them under like a what do you call those? Like a greenhouse kind of thing, like a setting like that?
No, if they're gonna do anything like those chemical use and things, they have to close the entrance of the boxes, right?
Okay.
Because bees can fly up to 5 mile radius, right? Right around.
Wow. So far?
Yeah.
That's far.
So anything in that area can affect them.
Yes,
That's why,
yes.
yeah. So
Mm.
a lot of farms when they're doing those stuff, they have special area that they would designate to use those sprays and things like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
man.
There's so many things to learn, trust me, in this. But back to we were talking about the pollination and thing like
Yeah.
that. I was doing some recent just little backyard farming, and I was
Yeah.
I was observing like my cucumber, right? When they blossom and
Yeah.
the bees they would take from, like, I think you have the male pollen flower or whatever and the female
Yeah, yeah,
flower.
the stigma, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so that's how they do it. That's why the plants produce the sweet nectar or the sweet thing that
yes.
entice them. So when
Oh.
they come and they go on it now, the honeybees they have a lot of hair on their legs. So that's how they
Mm-hmm.
collect pollen from one plant to another.
Mm-hmm.
And they just keep going around. And if you notice sometimes looking outside you'll see bees like when you have a lot of flowers blooming and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You see bees flying around, busy, moving from one plant to another. They
Yes.
just need pollination.
And that
And
help
sometimes,
to increase the fruits and vegetable production.
yeah, because I was just gonna tell you, say, if you ever know like a fruit tree, any kind of fruit tree, when it's blooming and you go under there, you see like a lot of pollinators.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Like yeah, if you have like a apple tree, a mango tree, a pear tree. Depends on where you are in Earth. But
Mm-hmm.
that's how it is, you know. If
True.
you go around when that tree or that plant is blooming,
Yes.
that's when it
Attract the
that's when it
pollinators.
attract the pollinators because the, they entice them with the sweet nectar, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a nice process too because plants need to reproduce, right? They need young
Mm-hmm.
ones, they need seed to produce young ones, and that's the only way it can work,
Wow.
you know. And
And for us to looking, for us just looking on and passing by, we don't even know what, I mean, like you as a beekeeper, you're so detailed and able to pick up on these things. But for us now, we just going seeing, oh, this tree bear a lot of fruits and this one, blooming and doing so well. We wouldn't be thinking that it contributes to the whole pollination and all of these type of things. We would
yeah,
even know,
yeah,
you know?
that's how it is, man. That's why it's good. If if we are if not if people could understand the benefit of the honeybees,
Yes.
you know, and how important they are, it
Mm-hmm.
would be different, you know, because just the love of honeybee is very good. But loving the honeybee, that's just one part of being a beekeeper or doing helping the bees because you can have the bees but you kill every plant around you. You
Mm-hmm.
don't plant any tree, you know, you don't try to take care of the environment around you. Then you won't even then the bees won't even survive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as a beekeeper now, you'll be going and you'll see different trees and all these things you're observing, right?
Yes.
And you know that if you have a farm and you cut down two like a tree,
Mm-hmm.
you plant two instead of that one. Instead of planting that one, you plant two, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And if people could do that, like instead of just cutting down a tree and just leave it, you plant back one or two, or if you can plant three, four, they plant. That's better for you, or better for the environment, you know?
Yes. Yes. Or the
Yeah.
yeah, the environment that you're in. No, that's very interesting that you're saying
And
that.
there's lot of pollinators, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like butterflies and birds and
Oh
sometimes even
yeah.
the wind blow things around. But the honeybees, because their population is so great, they're big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of them, right? They,
Yeah.
they can produce more. That's why even farmers they can rent a bees from pollination service. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they bring a hive within their farm because they can fly 5 mile radius, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they bring it inside their farm and park and leave it there for maybe a week or two, and bees will pollinate that area.
But it's
And this
interesting
one,
that you say that, Noel, because a lot of people think that the honeybees is just there for making honey and not thinking about even that you just mentioned that um
man,
you
there's lots of things, lots of benefit, man, because without the pollination process going on, a lot of plants you wouldn't see those. Sometimes going on the highway and look and say, wow,
mm-hmm.
over there look good because you're looking at some plants blooming and all of these things.
Yes.
But if it wasn't for the pollination service going on, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of those plants would not have seed. And then the
Wow.
seed would fall and then grow again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
that's
lot of food that we eat, like those pretty strawberries, sometimes they use strawberry and peel, you know?
yes.
The sweet little plums and these things. Yeah, the honeybees play a great role in producing those, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of farms, if you know of any farms, it's either they have their own little one bee or they have a beekeeper that's in the area. Else they
Mm-hmm.
won't get a lot of produce.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be limited. Yeah, just a few, maybe a few that answer, as I said, maybe the butterfly or the wind or something. So come on.
Mm.
If you're in an area where there's no bees and you plant a fruit tree, you won't see a lot. Just a one or two, and maybe you wondering why is it not producing.
Yeah,
But it's because there's
because
no
of the lack of
pollinators.
pollination. That's true
Yeah.
because I heard even people say sometimes when, as I was mentioning about the cucumber, I was watching this channel and they're saying that there wasn't enough pollination, as I was saying, and they had to use like a toothpick, not toothpick, a Q-tip to take
Yeah.
the pollen from dust from the male to the female because there wasn't any bees in that particular area or maybe at that particular
Yeah.
time. So they would have to, and you would have to know that to do that, because I'm sure, like somebody like me, I wouldn't, I wouldn't.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that, how much can they do?
That is true. The bees
You
would be
know?
able to do a lot more, you know?
Yeah, man. Within one day, they can pollinate a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
because if you have more than one colony, because
Mm-hmm.
for instance, let me go jump back into just tell you a little about the bees, because for instance, the queen bees now, we're gonna talk about, I can tell you about different type of bees, but for now the queen bees still lay roughly 2,000 eggs a day. So that's like 2,000 bees
Yeah.
producing per day in each hive,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the amount of pollinators you're getting back each day and they're going out. That's the stages. So when they become foragers,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's the amount of them leaving each hive, at
Leaving.
least.
Leaving one hive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just imagine even 2,000, just say 2,000 bees scattered over the place, you know. That's
Mm-hmm.
a lot, right?
Yes.
And just imagine there's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, guys, I'm sure you guys in the comment section are buzzing with the lot of excitement in hearing this kind of information about, you know, the bee. And we are here again, guys, with our beekeeper, Noel. And
Yeah, man.
this is such an interesting topic. I mean, you have me mesmerized right now with interest.
Yeah, man.
Yes, yes. We are so thankful that you were able to come over, you know, to share with us. We are not done yet, guys. We're not done yet. Just keep, you know, watching. We're just taking a little water break so that the beekeeper can have a little water break. And and we're gonna jump right back into the segment. But I thank you for sharing with us about the importance of the pollination in the environment and how it does help, you know, with the food production, with our fruits, our vegetables, etc.
Yeah.
So we are very, you know, in tune with hearing more. Now, speaking of water, I know my little jingle is running there, but no, speaking of water, we're taking a water break. I know that the bees, sometimes I think you have to locate them near water or some water source or something like that. How do bees know where to find flowers or water? How they know?
It's a very good thing, you know. That's a very good thing, because they're designed a way where, as I tell you, the colony is a thing. When you look at that, how they function,
Yeah.
You will marvel at it and say, yeah, this is very good. You know, because as I said, everyone does their own job, and they can fly up to, I tell you, a 5 mile radius, right? And anywhere there's water in that area, they will locate it. And once they find where that source is,
yeah,
that bees now will, because the foragers, they're like scouts going out to hunt. And when they find stuff, they'll bring it back to the hive, and then they communicate with the others, right? And they communicate through like dances and all these things. But it's a very good thing to see. Still, if you can look, you see these dancing just to tell the other one that, hey, I found water, I found a tree, and it's full of juice, you know, full of nectar, so let's go, you know.
So as a beekeeper, you can read them bees language?
Well, there's ways people look at it, because they have different kind of dances, and if they start with each dance,
yeah.
For instance, you have like a figure 8 dance that they do.
Like a ballerina thing.
Yeah, man, and they always start from like the sun. So everything based off of the sun. That's why when they fly, they use the sun as a direction. And as far as they go, maybe they go 5 miles. I like to talk about 5 miles, but they go 2 miles out, right? They can find, they know that, they know exactly where to come back. It's just like when you leave your house, and gone on the road and then you just drive and you just know say, yeah, you reach back your home and this is where
like a
it is.
navigation, like a GPS.
Yeah, man, they're the best navigators, man. Best navigators, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
So is
once
it
they find that source and they use water, right? Because they use water sometimes the time is hot. So they use water to cool down the ice too, right?
yeah.
So they'll bring it. And just imagine one little bee bringing some water. What amount of water can one little bee bring to cool down the ice?
Wow.
You know? So it takes like a lot of them to do that. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, so some guys going for water, some guys going for pollen, and some guys going for nectar.
I have a very interesting question here. Somebody, I mean, like, I'm just gonna put it in there. Would you say the relationship between the bee and the bee farmer is more like co-workers instead of ownership? Like, instead of you saying you own the bees, it's more like, you know,
it's more like a partnership.
Partnership. Okay.
Yeah, man. No, man.
Yes.
I have brother and your sister,
like
them, man, your uncle and cousin and things like that.
Yes.
You have to look at it like that, you know.
Like a partnership.
Yeah.
That's like more like a relationship.
Partner.
Look at in relationship, so many people can have so much disagreement and so much this and that going on. But with the
man.
but yo, wow,
remember,
that's
the queen
a word.
Is the mother. The queen is the mother of the hive, right? And all the other ones are kids and all of that. But the beekeeper now, if we're gonna talk about that relationship now, basically the beekeeper provide for them the little necessary things that they need to function as a colony.
Yes.
And then
they to basically organize them like in that way where
in a sense of giving them somewhere nice to live.
Yes.
For instance, the boxes, and they give them some nice frames so they can be in there.
Like more like a structure. Like a structure.
Yeah, man. Give them a house to live in, man, and cover them roof so that they can the elements, you know, the weather, different type of weather, rain, weather, snow also.
Yes.
They're protected.
Yes.
And sometimes if they're sick or weak, or you re-queen them, or you treat them for whatever, like for instance, if they have a mite or those kind of stuff, or disease, whatever. Right?
Well, so since you're going into that, let's go down into the role of the different types of bees then. Since, you know, you're touching on something that's important here now, that we can go down into the different roles of, you know, what the queen, we hear about the queen bee. We never hear about a king bee yet. We never hear about
it. There's many kings, you know.
The queen, guys, the queen. We are the queen bee, you know.
Yeah, man. There's many queens, many kings and one queen, you know.
Also many
one queen. Yeah, because there are so many kings, you know. It's just that the queen, she mates with Jones, and those are the bigger bees in the back, and they are the males. Right.
Yes.
But she wouldn't mate with her back, because those would be her offspring. You know, so those would be like the same brother and sister kind of thing. So they would mate with those. So, but the thing is, when the queen go on a mating flight, like a young queen, because when a queen is developed and they I'm thinking we have to start telling you about the queen, because now I'm telling you about the queen mating, but the queen start from how we end up to that per se, right?
Yes.
The older queen is not the one that goes and mate again, you know. So I just want to tell you, so basically it's a young queen that mates. So once a queen mates, she's not gonna fly again and go mate with another king or so. It's just one time to mate with about 10 or so king, and then from that you'll go inside the box and start laying.
Okay, so say that again for us to understand.
I kind of pause because I didn't want to confuse you.
Yes.
Confuse the viewers about the kind of queen, because so I say the queen have many kings, but it's not really say many kings. It's just that once there's a new queen produced, like once a new queen is produced, right? She'll go on like a mating flight. And that mating flight now, that's when she mates with several drones.
Right.
Right? And once she collect all those sperms, and once she collect all those sperms now, then she go back to the hive. And that's when she start laying.
And she lay out all that for the rest of her life?
Right, until she die. Until she's ready to re-queen again. If the hive is too strong, they'll produce more queen so that everyone can get a house, you know, like a different colony.
Okay. So that queen, once she outlay all of those eggs, she just lay until she dead? Or
all right. So let me tell you, all right, so the only bees, right, the colony. So for instance, you have a colony right now with a queen, one queen, I can have several hundred or maybe a couple thousand drones, but they have a lot of worker bees. They won't find the same amount of drones as our worker bees unless there's something wrong with the hive. But you have thousands of workers and just a few hundred maybe of drones. And they have one queen, and that will make up the colony, or that will be the hive, right?
Okay, tell us the gender of these other worker and drone. So the drone is the man.
Yeah, so the drones is the man. That's why I say the king, but the drones is the man, and the workers. So any bees that you see outside flying on flowers, those are all females.
And those are all worker bees. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Because the drones, the male bees, he can't fly. So he can't collect, he can't do foraging, right? He can't collect pollen, or he can't sit nectar for the hive. But his role is to keep the hive going, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And have to keep the hive going, meaning he's the one that's gonna mate with a new queen.
Yeah, so he has the right, the life.
The population going.
So he's still important, even though the females, they are the worker.
It's very important, man, because without a drone's bee, the queen can't collect any sperms, right?
Right.
And once she can't collect no sperms, then she won't be able to lay.
Right. So there won't be any worker bees.
So yeah, because most likely the most she gonna lay is drones. And she won't have any fertile egg to lay to become worker.
So you see how everybody is important. Nobody is above.
No, man, no one is above anyone. Even though would say the queen is the best and the queen is mother of the hive and all these things, right? She's very important, but without the nurse bees taking care of her, she won't survive.
Right.
Because you have bees have to clean her and take care, feed her, you know.
Everybody knows their duties and their roles.
Man.
Really is a colony. While you're talking, I'm just thinking about us as human beings. Like, we are really supposed to be the highest level in terms of intellect, in terms of the animal species. Yet, at the same time, listen to what you're saying.
They know to function. They know to function, man. Because if you observe them,
yes,
just observe how each one works. You know, because you have the guard bees, they're on guard at the front at the entrance, and they're checking everyone coming in, and they can tell you the different if this bees belong to their box or if he's an intruder.
Wow.
That's why you would say you were saying to me if the bees and the beekeeper would work, right? But the thing is, they know their scent. Like, for instance, if another bee come to their eye, they can say, hey, he's not one of us.
Oh,
you know?
So they have a different scent?
Yeah, because each queen carry a different scent, right?
So in that case, what they do in case, what if an intruder then come to their hive or colony? They get rid of him?
Yeah, man. It's either they get rid of him or you surrender and decide to work for them, you know.
Oh, okay. So they can do that too.
If he has something to offer, right, and they decide that they want it, then you know, yes, that could work.
Oh yes. Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah, man. Because sometimes a bees may be sick and coming into their hive and they're not
Mhm.
gonna let
Welcome
him
them.
in. No, they
Oh.
wouldn't let him in.
Mm.
So
Oh.
sometimes you might go and you see a bee at the front of the hive and they look like they're damaged, but maybe it's another bee stealing,
Mm-hmm.
protecting the hive. Yeah.
Speaking about
And
sting, finish your thoughts though.
huh?
Oh, you were, I
No,
think.
no, no, no. I was telling no man because it's just like you have the army defending the country. That's
Mm-hmm.
how the guard bees are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's why even as a beekeeper going in there, and some people say, "Oh, bees know you." The guard bees may take it different because he will
Mm.
attack before he even say, "Oh, it's you."
Him ask question after.
Yeah, because he's looking at it as this person may be a
Yeah.
threat.
Yeah, threat
You
to the
know?
hive, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're
And
very
they
sensitive
will
though.
defend their hive, man. They will defend the colony. Yeah,
Wow.
man. So the bee sting. So the bee sting is sometimes it can be very, very painful, very, very painful, very, very. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's okay. And the good thing about it is very good for us. Because a lot of people use it for different cures.
Medication. Yes, I heard about that too. Like
Yeah,
the
different
people
cures
even
and
purchase. So you see so many different things
yeah, for the
that
bees,
the
there's a lot
bees
of different products, man. A lot of byproducts and
from.
benefits and things from this.
Yes. So could you
Yeah,
kind
man.
of give us a quick explanation of how the bees and the sting work and how that impact them and all of that? Or just impacting
Yeah,
the bees themselves. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
because the only bees can only sting one. Like if their abdomen come out, like for instance, when they sting,
Mm-hmm.
all of the bottom part of them comes out, right? Because it
Mm.
comes out with the stinger, right? And they
Mm.
only can sting one. So if that bee sting you once, that's it, right?
Yeah.
But if it's smaller, like for instance, something small as them, they can sting it multiple times.
Oh, because they don't use all of that
No,
entire
the thing
push.
it would be tall enough so it wouldn't need to come out.
They don't use the whole
Mm.
needle. The needle.
No, no, he was only just like, yeah. And
Oh.
so the worker bees sting like that. The queen only sting rival queen, like to defend. That's for instance, I was about to tell you about when they're reproducing. That's how we get the small queen.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only time when those queen with you sting use their stinger. And
Okay.
the male bees, he doesn't have a stinger.
Really?
He can't sting. Yeah, the man,
Oh,
no
really?
man, he has to save his strength. Cause remember,
Ah, he's using it to. His stinger is
no,
basically the giving the eggs to the queen, in a sense.
yeah, because when a male bee mates with the queen, he dies. That's the
Oh,
sad part about being a king in the bees. Once
wow.
you mate, you die. Yeah, because all of his organs comes out during mating. And then the queen collects all that sperms and then she stores it. And that's how she uses it right up until if she lives 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that's how long she'll be laying.
Wow. So here's a
Yeah.
question here for you, Noel. What happened when the queen bee dies or leaves the hive?
When a queen bee dies,
Mm-hmm.
but if it's, for instance, if the queen is sick and like wounded, like she lose one of her legs or maybe one of her wings,
Mm-hmm.
the whole colony, they would decide, say, yeah, it's time for us to make a new queen, right?
Mm.
Or the beekeeper can step in and do his part. But for instance, just the colony being by itself,
Mm-hmm.
what they do, if the queen looks sick or getting weak or old and not laying like how she used to, or once she not laying like how she used to, they know that something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide that, oh, it's going to be time for us to get a new queen. So what they
Okay.
do, some of those eggs that she lay,
Mm-hmm.
they turn those into queen. So they select
Mm.
special ones from that to become queen.
Really? So how
Yeah,
how
man.
how how would that if the eggs normally the eggs normally would turn into a worker bee, right? Which is a smaller
Yeah,
bee. So
yeah, because
how would that bee now become? Because the queen bee, in terms of size, as I understand, is a bigger bee than the regular worker bees, right?
yeah, man. So what happened is,
Mm-hmm.
if I tell you the colony work, they work as a unit. So they would know that all right, it's time for us to requeen. Because the queen is either she's sick and she's gonna die, or
Mm-hmm.
there's no queen. Like the for instance, something happened, maybe if it's one of those instances that the queen, when she went on a mating flight,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't return
Whoa.
because some predator maybe eat her. Because she's so pretty.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
she's
yeah.
pretty at that time, right?
Yes.
So birds, sometimes birds catch them.
Ah,
You know, birds catch them
wow.
during that time. So sometimes you may lose your colony like that. So as a beekeeper, if you don't know what you're doing, right? And
Okay, so it's
the
very
overall,
interesting. Very interesting. I think I
mm-hmm,
want to take a little break here because I want to come back to what is the beekeeper role now in all of this? Because let's see how the beekeeper, like you've been telling me where the beekeeper step in here and there. We want to
mm-hmm.
know now when we come back how the beekeeper, what is the beekeeper role apart from just taking honey from the poor little bees there, right?
Most definitely, most definitely, very
Yes,
important things, you know.
yes. So my moderator, let's take a little, small little. Yes, thank you. Yes, so we are here with Noel, and we just went through talking about the different types of bees, their functions and their roles in the beekeeping setting in the colony. And trust me, this is a really fascinating story that I'm getting. And as we speak, I'm actually imagining us as human being functioning in this kind of colonial way, which I don't want to use that word, because it can bring back some drastic memories. So let's not just scrap that. Just scrap that, because the colony, is very drastic. And so it goes to show God is so good in creating these creatures, giving them the what you'd say, the instinct of knowing how to function in their different roles as bees, and how to create honey and pollination, and how to determine when they need a queen, and so on and so forth. But let me not ramble on anymore. Let me get right back to the beekeeper. Back to you, Noel. So we want to know now, as a beekeeper now, what is your function? Because mostly people would say, from they say a beekeeper, they just see honey and money, right? Honey and money.
Yeah,
So,
money, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
man.
tell us now.
That's the front side, or the start of it, right?
Yes.
It's like an end product.
Right, the end product, one of the end product. So tell us now.
One of the end product.
Yes. So tell us now, what is
because
your role, like a daily, what are some of your daily, and how often do you go to these hive, and tell us, just walk us through like a daily routine of what you do at a bee farmer. So,
well, as a beekeeper, you basically you're providing anything necessary, or everything necessary for them to function that they can produce for themselves.
Yeah.
Because you would give them a shelter, which is the boxes, right? You give them the house, and you want to help them maintain the house, so that both of you can reap the benefit of their labor. So your labor now, daily, you go through, depend on what you're doing in each box, right?
Yeah.
Because, say for instance, you go inside a box today, you're going to do your little routine inspection, checking if everything is, the colony is function as it's supposed to be. If there's a queen, if she's laying, if there's...
So how do you check on it? You're actually removing the frame from the box or something, looking through.
You have to open the box and look inside, take out frames, check and see if the queen is laying, so you can see the... And each frame you see like the eggs, the larva, if she has brood, and the brood, and different stages. Because inside the box, as I told you before, there's different types of bees, right? And you want to make sure that there's lots of worker bees being laid. Because if you go inside the box and there's only queen, like only Jones bees, then you know maybe there's something wrong going on there.
Yeah.
You know, if there's more Jones in a box than worker bees, you're going to have a problem. But our daily thing is to make sure to keep the hive function. Because they're the one going outside hunting food, hunting different kind of pollens and drinking nectar from the plants, you know, and they bring back that to the hive, and that's where, you know, the pass it around and turn it into food. And that's the food we call honey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The nectar. So the beekeeper basically take care of them. You know, clean the boxes. Give them more frames if they need frames. Helping the requeening if they need requeening. You know, sometimes you have a hive and maybe it's weak. You have to strengthen it by giving them more bees or stuff like that. And it's just a routine going through each one every day and making sure that they're okay, you know, they're functioning.
Yeah.
So sometimes you may go into one today and you realize there's no queen here and you're gonna do your requeening. You know, you don't want to go back in that one until after a few days because you don't want to disturb them, right? So the beekeeper, it's not a tough man. His job is never done, you know, because he has to go around making sure that the colony is okay. Whether there's because for instance, there's different seasons. So each season carry a different job for the beekeeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So depending on what season.
Depends on the season. Because right now we're in the summertime. I know summertime would be more of a that's the time most beekeepers love because this is the time you will get food. The bees will produce more food for themselves, and that's how we can get a lot of food.
So you have to pay attention to them.
So
more work for you.
You know, summer short in Canada already, and it's very cold when winter comes.
Yeah.
So each season you have to prepare them, right? And that's where the beekeeper comes in.
So let me ask you quickly, how many hive, like what's the most hive you ever like attend to, like different colonies, I would say. Colonies, explain the difference with hive, colony, I don't know. Just quickly explain that to me.
We just use different terms. A hive is the same thing as a colony, but that's basically, the hive is like the box where house them.
Where they stack it up like vertically.
Yeah.
So that is like one hive.
It can be 1 box, 2 box, 10 box. Right? Like for me, I go up to 5 box and sometimes maybe 6. Depends how strong, how powerful the amount of the number of bees. Yeah. You know. So the colony is just the bees itself.
I don't know if my moderator can show any picture for hive colony or whatever.
Yeah, the bees would be like for instance a swarm. You catch like just the bees, the queen, the drones, and the workers bundled together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically the bees is the colony and the hive is where they live and them inside.
Inside it.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So approximately how many of those hive?
How many I have ever deal with, like the most?
Yeah, the most, yes.
At least 125. And that was in Jamaica still.
Whoa, that sounds a lot.
Yeah, man. Very, very. It was a lot, but it was nice because you get to do what you love, you know. And the honey is very. the honey is a good thing. When people like when you get that honey, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
that
gold
motivates you
to
to do
go
more.
more. The liquid
Yeah.
gold. Mm-hmm. It's
But
pretty. Beautiful.
when people say honeybees and they say the beekeeper, they think about the honey.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot to bring
More.
it to the stage of reaping.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, it depends on when you start your beekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you start your beekeeping now, you're gonna be very happy because now there's lots of plants blooming and pollen will be there. Like there's lots of food source outside right now
Mm-hmm.
for the bees. So
Yes.
if you get a hive right now, you'll be laughing and say, yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
good and this is nice. Oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
Depends on the weather where you are, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
then summer finish, autumn comes. Maybe you didn't know you take away all the honey from them, or majority of the honey from them. And then autumn come, everything stop blooming and plants start shed leaf, much less pollen, right? There's no pollen,
Mm-hmm.
there's no food source again for them, you know.
So what
So that's
does
when
people,
now,
because as you mentioned that now some persons I've heard like during those time when, as you know, when it's what type of season you call that now, when they don't have any flowers, nothing to, what do they do in that, how does
oh,
the
the
bees
most
manage?
like the dirt season they call it because it's more like a earth, dry. It's
Dry.
dry.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, basically, it's not necessarily dry as in hot dry,
Yeah,
but
man, we
dry
know
like there's
food.
nothing out there, no food source.
Yes, no food
Yeah,
source
there's
for
no
them.
food source.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how a lot of people lose their colonies too, because if you take away, as I said, if you start your beekeeping now, it will be easy and nice to you or
Mm-hmm.
to someone.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't know that autumn is going to come, and you take away all that food from them, then you're going to lose the colony. I
Okay.
lose the hive, you know?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yes.
because
Wow.
when it gets to that season, there's nothing outside. So it's like us as humans that we know that, for instance, they say there's a storm coming or something going on,
Mm-hmm.
and prepare yourself. And then you'll see people running around buying up stuff and all these things.
Mm-hmm. But pretty
Because
much,
they're trying to store stuff.
pretty much that's what the bees has been doing for themselves when people robbing them of their
Yeah, that's
very
what I'm telling
valuable
you.
honey.
That's what I'm telling you. Say, the reason with the beekeeper and the bees now, when the beekeeper give him a house, right,
Yes.
and help him like that, he can produce a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He end up produce more, and that more than what they produce is so the beekeeper can take some of it.
Yes. And
But,
leave some for them.
yeah, after that's where a lot of beekeepers go wrong too, because they take a lot away the natural product that the bees get,
Mm-hmm.
because their honey that they make have everything that they need for them to survive.
But I'm gonna ask you a very tricky question because I've heard where that same dirt season, my moderator just put it there, dirt,
Mm-hmm.
Dearth, dearth season, where some beekeeper, I guess every beekeeper operate differently, but they
Mm-hmm.
would put some syrup, tie some sugar bag,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
what you call it, syrup or something, right? I don't,
yeah.
yeah, something like that. What do you think about
Well,
that? In your opinion, I don't know.
well, I've never used those kind of things, but basically, right,
Mm-hmm.
the bees produce everything that they need.
Yes.
All the minerals, the vitamins,
Mm-hmm.
it's all in there from the plant. That's why when they go out and they collecting stuff and for storage,
Yeah.
they store exactly what they need,
Yes.
right? So that's why when for instance there's a lot of nectar, a lot, like for instance your apple tree start bearing and there's lots of apples going on, like they're blooming, right? And you see bees, you as a beekeeper see the bees sucking nectar, bringing in a lot. What you do, you take away some,
Yeah.
and they leave them. So whatever they pull in, and if they pull up back that one, then they would once they pull up back that one, then they will go right back again and store more.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, so the more you take is the more they pull in. They give them more work to put more, store more, space to store more, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to store more. As you talk about apples and so on, does the honey take any flavor from the different vegetation or the different, I don't know what you call it, the different, like you mentioned, the apples and, you know, maybe other kind of trees and
Yeah,
blooms. Does the honey
yeah.
take the flavor?
Yeah, man, definitely. You know, give me 1 second there. Give me a minute.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure,
Give me
sure.
1 minute.
Yes, guys. So while we are there talking to the beekeeper, we're giving my moderator can just take a break, a little water break here. And we are here with the beekeeper, and we are talking about the different vegetations that surrounds, the area that the bee would fly. He said in a radius of approximately 5 mile radius. So maybe whatever vegetation is in that community or in that radius, I'm just wondering, will the honey take that taste? Because sometimes you taste some honey, and it really tastes different.
Yeah, man.
Yes, so we are back with Noel. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we were asking you if the honey takes the flavor of, different, if you're experiencing that. Is that the case? Is that the case where the honey might flavor different based on where the
Yeah,
bees get their vegetation?
yeah, man. Each plant carry their own nectar. Like, for instance, a apple wouldn't taste like a grape, or a grape wouldn't taste like a cherry or so. You know,
Yeah.
so. But the difference is sometimes they blend it together, right? Everything, all the
Mm-hmm.
nectars, and they store everything.
Yes.
That's why they have their different everything store different, and
Yes.
the store. That's what I'm saying. When the season is on,
Mm-hmm.
the beekeeper would take some, and then when they extract that honey from that frame and they put back the frame, once the bees full restore back indoors,
Yeah.
they will leave those now for the bees,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And then you were saying about the taste. It
Yes.
all depends on the plant that they're pulling it from.
Right.
And for instance, raw honey crystallized. And
Mm-hmm.
some, it depends on the time and the season. And it only crystallize depends on the plant.
Mm-hmm.
And crystallization, you want to jump to jump the gun still. But the thing is, with honey, the honey is like, people see onions because it's not flowing. They say this is not a good honey. But it
Mm-hmm.
all depends on the plant. Because some plants, the nectar that they give, it crystallizes quick. And
Okay.
it just gets hard. Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting that you're telling me that, because I'm one of those persons who sometimes I can't tell the difference if it's crystallized or is it sugary honey. When you buy it in the store, you don't know if it is, genuine crystallization taking place, or is it the crystallization is kind of looking like a sugary looking,
Yeah,
right?
man. It look like sugar, man. Some people see the good honey and say, yo, this is a sugar honey. But you
Mm.
can't blame them because they don't know better, right? But
Yeah,
if they had
I don't
known,
know.
if they would know, no, they would know that this is good,
Yes.
right? But as a beekeeper now, sometimes you have to explain to people and let them know the difference between the honey,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So is there
Because
anything that a person can do when it's crystallized? Can we, or you just put it same way in your tea, just like that?
you
And
can't use the same way, man. Because
mm,
the thing is all about if it's at room temperature, right?
okay, how you store it?
Like for instance, the bees keep their hive at about 35 degrees
Mm-hmm.
Celsius, right?
Yeah.
So you want to keep, if you want to keep the honey like at that temperature, it will stay as in its same form.
Farm.
But once
Oh,
if the weather
yeah.
change,
Yeah.
then it can change, right?
Yes. Okay. That's an interesting. part to note. Yes. I see a question here, but I'm gonna save it until I'm getting to that part of
Yeah, man.
my interview. Um, so yeah, so that's very interesting to, talk about the different, and as we mentioned, the honey is just one of the byproducts of the hive. Could you just name quickly a few of other things that comes out of the hive for us?
For the bees, one of the next thing that here is like the wax,
Mm-hmm.
and that people use in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, wax,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Beeswax,
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes. Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They use it for candles
Candle
and all those.
makings.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
some ear products too, right?
Yes, I know. Because we in Jamaica we have the bee wax, they call it.
Beeswax,
Yeah, that they use
yeah.
to make the dreadlocks, or to coil your hair or whatever. Yeah, that is exactly what they call it, bee wax in a sense. Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
bee wax. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, so we're very interesting and very interactive, right? Going on in the chat. Thank you, Brianna, for the questions. And we are here. We've seen Jamaica History Channel, big up Jamaica History Channel, big up Bible and spiritual stories in the chat. I just want to send a shout out to my viewers there and my subscribers listening in the chat, and for those of you who will be watching this and afterwards, I want you to just follow me on, subscribe to my channel, Patricia Johnson Lifestyle, and I'm gonna find out from Noel where we can find him, where we can you know get his the information, where we can get his honey, and so on and so forth. But I'm getting right there. I'm coming right to that. So without further ado, let me get right back again into the question, and I'm just want to quickly touch on, because there's so many things. I don't think I will be able to hold you today to get through all of what I'm so curious, and I'm sure my viewers are curious, because I have a question here waiting, and I'm just gonna jump right into that segment where I'm gonna ask you about the challenges and the risk in doing the beekeeping business, where we talk about what are some of the biggest threats facing bees today. What are some of the biggest threat facing the beekeeping industry, or
Well,
bees today?
other than the regular diseases that the bees face,
Mm-hmm.
we one of the biggest threats is we humans still, because the pesticide use and the system, for instance, the forests, there's no ecosystem, like that whole thing gone again.
Yes.
The whole thing, like for instance, a lot of people cut down trees.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing for them to feed on, and if you don't preserve some of those things,
Yes. The natural environment.
the natural environment
Mm-hmm.
is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, so one of the biggest challenges right now that only is we
The human
but like the
being.
pesticide use,
Mm-hmm.
and they're saying climate change and all these things going on,
Mm-hmm.
and some of these things, if we don't do our part, it's gonna really be really, really bad for them.
Yes. And as you talk
Yeah.
about the climate change, I mean, you're in Canada, and I know you did some beekeeping also in Jamaica, which I know Jamaica is a tropical climate. So,
Mm-hmm.
right around the time the bees.
Yeah, man, two
Yes,
different
tell us
climate, two
about
different
that. Yes.
environment, two different kind of beekeeping.
Yes. Tell us
Because
about the difference, how you prepare.
Canada, Canada beekeeping. That's why I was telling you, say, if you do beekeeping starting summertime, like
Yes.
you just say, oh, let me get a beehive, and for someone just starting,
Mm-hmm.
this season now, they would be laughing and say it's easy and it's nice, right?
Yeah.
But when after the season change, I get to autumn, and then after autumn we have winter,
Confused.
right? Yeah, they're gonna be wondering what's going on, you know. And those are the time, you have to be preparing yourself, preparing the bees. Yeah. Just like we go outside and because of the snow, we wear winter jackets.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to put the bees in their winter jacket too. You know?
Precisely. I can just imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
if you have 50 eyes, you have to plan 50 winter jackets for them. And if they are in different sizes, you have to plan that too.
So there is another role again that the beekeeper now has to be on top of his game, and you have to be aware of, all the different.
That's what I'm saying, honey, when you see beekeeper and you see the honey, but that's just the end product. You know? Because once you get the honey, as a beekeeper, you have to be planning now. Oh, you're going to be checking for diseases, checking for pests inside. Like, for instance, the bees, they're one of their biggest disease that they find are the biggest thing that affect honeybees. One of those things, other than the environment, is a pest they call mite. They call that the mite the destructor. Because it's very one of mite the destructor, right? Because he's like a tick. And he sticks to the bees and he feed on them. And he feed on like the larva inside. So for instance, the Jones bees is their larva is what they love because they're big. So when I might end up live inside that cell and they lay and things like that, they're happy because they get a lot of food off that one, Wow. Because the Jones bees is a very big bees, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that might know once you stick to the bees and all these things, it confuse the bees. So the bees stop. So for instance, if he's supposed to be cleaning, he stop cleaning. Because just imagine if something sticks to your back and everywhere you go is on your back and this is not part of you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be spinning trying to get it off.
Yeah, it's stressing out the bees. No, it's stressed out.
Yeah, man. So that's how the bees do now. So the bees keep going around trying to get the thing off them. They forget about going for food, going for water.
So will the other ones help him to take it off? Or they would see it if they see it?
They will try. They will try, but they don't want to, maybe they don't even want it to catch them either.
Too. Okay, yes. So they're smart like that, yeah.
It's a tick. It's like a pest. Tick on to you, Yeah, man. So if that's where the beekeeper steps in now and treat them.
Yes.
Yeah, and treat them for that.
So I'm sure now you have to.
Just imagine.
Yeah, because go ahead. I have another question, but go ahead. Yes, you were saying that's where the beekeeper step in now.
Yeah, because now I'm saying if that might stick to the queen, then the queen won't be laying. He's gonna be running around trying to get it off just the same as the worker bee too. So yeah, man, they're really like that's why they call them pests, man.
Yeah, but as a beekeeper, you really have to be. Like, not anybody can just take on the stars to handle it because there's so many different aspects.
Yeah, you have to learn, and if some people maybe learn it like book-wise and all these things too. But the love has to be there that you can really
the passion, yes.
Yeah, not just the love of knowing, say, all right, we need one queen to the box, or we just need some workers and they will function. Right? But by just knowing how the colony work, that's how you help. That's how you and them become
partnership.
Yeah, the partnership.
Yes, that bond. So once because you'll be there, you'll be familiarizing yourself. Your hives and your colony, what is weak and what is strong and what needs strengthening and so on and so forth.
Right. That's why you were asking me earlier on about what we doing on a daily thing.
Yeah.
So that's where the inspection comes in. In the inspection, you will be inspecting the hive for everything.
And this is not like at a particular time, like, like when some people have, just maybe a structure, like a building structure, they have an inspection, they're going to carry it out every mountain and every this, that. For your beehive, is like a daily thing. You just inspect as you go along. You have to be...
Yeah, say for instance, you inspect a hive today, you don't have to inspect it tomorrow, right? But unless there's something to do inside.
Yeah.
Right? So it's nice if you can inspect it at least once a week.
Once a week, okay.
At least once a week. I'm not going to tell you that's the best thing, but at least.
Yeah.
Because it takes 8 days for the queen to emerge, right?
Okay.
For them to cap the cell with a queen cell. So if you lose a hive and you only check it once a month, you won't even know what's going to happen for the rest of that, It's good to inspect at least once a week.
Yes.
Yeah, just to know what's going on. And once you check and everything is good, Yeah, man.
All right, I have another question here coming in from the chat. Do bee boxes have issues with wiping out from disease because of lack of genetic variation?
Say that again.
Okay, so the question is, do bees, I guess the colony, have any issues with wiping out from disease, maybe dying from disease because of lack of genetic variation? I don't know what genetic variation.
Well, there's different type of bees and the diseases. Right? For instance, you have a thing that they call the American fall group. And with that one, if you find that in your eyes, you have to get rid of that, eliminate them. So that's the only way they can get rid of that disease right now. Yeah. So they would have to destroy the eye. So that's why. And
sorry, Noel. I'm just reading from the chat, so I'm sorry to interrupt you. But somebody is saying the poor drones, like poor. Is it poor mating from the drones or whatever? I don't know. Genetic variation. Is it what they're trying to say? Is it they're laughing in the chat?
Oh, if the bee is gonna die from the gen. Oh, well.
Like the drone now function right, like him no make the queen good. But I don't know if no poor egg go inside it. So will that affect the bees box, like in terms of?
All right, for instance, the queen, right? Sometimes she can go for 3 mates in flight until she has enough sperm. Until her sperm stock is full. So for instance, she go yesterday, I wasn't full, she may go today again. And if it's not full, she go tomorrow. But once it's full now, then she'll go in,
Okay. So
basically, the different kinds, right now they're making some GMO kind of bees right now still, but
I wanted to ask you.
GMO meaning they vaccinate. There are some bees that they vaccinate right now. And I was even thinking about trying to get one of those just to see how it operates. Because they say the queen, they would vaccinate the queen, and then her offspring now would grow and become eradicators for the mite.
So instead of you using any pesticide or any,
the bees would defend themselves. Like they basically training themselves how
to be their own, like a doctor for themselves, medicate.
And basically training how to defend themselves.
Okay, that's interesting. Wow. Wow, that's interesting. I hope it doesn't backfire in any way.
No, well, that's the thing too, But I was thinking about saying maybe I should try one of those queens and just try to see how it works, and if it do work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's interesting. Oh, they were saying the two questions that I was talking didn't connect. So back to this question that Brianna asked: do bee boxes have issues with wiping out from disease because of lack of genetic variation? Could Brianna explain that a little bit more? Lack of genetic variation, meaning different breed of bees, is it? Genetic variation. What is that? What
Or
is
like for instance, if the same drones would have made from the same box.
I don't know if
Because basically
lack of
it
genetic
would,
variation, she said. Lack of it. I don't know.
oh,
Yes.
because those things, some of those genetic things,
Mm-hmm.
I don't go into all of that, because I just do that really and truly.
Mm-hmm.
These things that these creatures that God create, right?
Mm-hmm. The way how God create them.
They don't even need man to operate. The
Mm-hmm.
only reason is because we do mass production. That's why we really use them
Put them
for
in a
our
structure,
benefit.
yeah. Put them in a kind
Yeah,
of,
we use them for our benefit. So
yeah.
really and truly, the genetics now is a different story.
Yeah. For real.
But they have different kind of bees, right? They have
Mm-hmm.
different type of bees. Like for instance, you have the Italian Asturian bees, and
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know, maybe it's one of those kind of things still, but if it's the same thing, like for instance, a Jones from the same box would
Mm-hmm.
mate with the same queen, and then the
Oh,
bees
I
would
think,
have
yeah,
like
I
the
think
color.
I think she was saying like the Jones, like because there was just one queen creating all
Mm-hmm.
the babies. So I guess in terms of the different drones, mating with the one
That,
queen.
that, that, that's why if you have a hive right now, like for instance, you go and get a hive,
Yeah.
you'll get a hive with a mated queen,
Okay.
right? But if that hive now decide to if you have one hive and then they decide that they're gonna meet queen,
Mm-hmm.
that's when now maybe other drones from somewhere else would have to come in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to mate with the new emerging queen.
Okay, so I guess what she was asking now, the different variation now, so it's a different breed of drone that would come
Yeah.
to that queen, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe unless something like, yeah, she said yes, like different, like you have the different species of bees, so you have different species of drones, I would imagine. And then if they're mating with a particular queen, will that affect the hive, like when she lay the eggs them,
Well,
or when it lay it just in
no
it just
man, hold on man, hold on man, hold on. Remember saying
yeah.
it's not just any Jones. Any Jones can mate with a queen.
Oh.
No, because that's why they say Jones are lazy bees, but as I said, Jones save their energy for this time of the year. And for
Mm-hmm.
this time when they're
Yeah.
gonna mate with queen.
Mm-hmm. So
One
no,
of the things,
yes, I
if
don't want me to
if
cut.
he's not fast enough
Mm-hmm.
or fit enough, he can't mate with her. So if it's a bees that is sticky and weaky, he can't mate with the
And
queen.
go on.
No man, no the clothes, he can't mate with her. No man, I'm fast. Because she go 20 miles per hour, I can't go 20 something things to catch up to her.
My fit.
Him now to get to mate.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone she's mating with has to be a very powerful Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like human being.
Yeah, because even other animals. So the other day I was watching a thing with some beer. And it's not just any beer. You have to be like the top. If you're not
Top
the top,
tier bees.
top
Tier
tier. Yeah. So
Yes.
I one of those things,
Uh-huh. Top tier bees and top tier. So let me ask you now, we're talking about top tier bees and so on, just my talking that way. But in, say for example, in a certain community, say for example you're in a particular area in Canada and you're raising your bees or whatever you refer to that as, will there be any other different species around the, is it the same honeybees, or you have different type of bees per
No,
country?
you have different type of honeybees, man.
Different types. So will you come
Yes.
across different type of honeybees that would cause different type of drone to mate with a particular queen bee? Like just
Yeah,
say,
because you have the European bees and different kind of bees, right? Australian.
So will
So
they
some,
end up? Will they end
yes,
up? Say for example, you might have a European and a Australian drone mating with a Australia African bees, or something like that. Will that ever happen? Something like that?
well,
Like crossbreed bees? You ever have anything like that? Like cross?
sometimes in the colony, sometimes you open up your eye and you look, you see all different kind of bees, The one queen lay, some very black bees,
yes,
some very yellow.
Yes,
bees.
so we are talking about, man. Like if I see some different.
Inside the colony, no man. Sometimes you go and that box is just majority of them look just like the queen.
Yes.
Not like the queen, we can see that gene. But you have another time when you look, you see a mixture.
Yes.
And you know that, so maybe the sperms that you collected,
yes,
was from different types.
Yeah, that one, no. So we can't call it a jacket bees because it's a real.
No. It wouldn't be jacket bees because everybody
guys, you're laughing in the chat. You guys, you're laughing in the chat. Okay, no jacket bees no around here because of the queen.
No jacket bees.
Yes.
Man. So that's why sometimes the colony have different type of bees. But sometimes I see some pretty bees inside and you have to look really good if it's a queen. Because they're big and powerful workers, right? They're big and powerful, but they're pretty.
Yes. Okay, Brianna said this answer her question. Yeah, that is what she wanted to find out when she said different genetics and if
There's multiple different kind of bees inside the hive.
Very interesting.
As I said, the queen will mate with several drones. So she may mate with for instance, Italian, Australian drone.
That's why earband, because I'm glad you clarified that, because when we are thinking about drone, we are thinking okay, the drone, the queen bee fly out and then maybe I come from the same box and then fly out. So the whole of them maybe brothers, sisters.
No. She go to Italy and she go to Australian.
Different.
You might go around from somewhere Europe side and so,
Yes. Yeah, man. So she have a mixed breed of bees. Different.
Different type of bees inside the box, man.
Very nice. Man. Thank you so much for that question, Brenna. That was a lovely question.
I have some bees produce honey more than some.
Yeah.
Some more aggressive more than some. But, different type of. So sometimes you as a beekeeper may get an hive and you say, boy, these guys don't produce a lot of honey and I don't know, but it's a type of bees. So some bees, they're just honey producers. Right? I have another one that is mostly they are very aggressive. They only store enough for them because they're not producing a lot of honey. But those good, because anything they produce is for their survival. And
so you would consider this to be that they are being stressed or emotional. So bees do have emotions and can be stressed out as well, like us as human beings.
Sometimes the queen stressed out, man, because if you have problem and give them back syrup, that couldn't be a good thing, man.
Yeah. No, for real.
Yeah, man.
Them get upset with that.
Once they look and they see, they're gonna feel like, they need to,
Wow. Well, this has been such a very, intriguing, information that you're giving us, very,
Yeah.
very detailed information. I just want to ask you also now, we're gonna ask you just some few more questions. How can everyday people protect bees and support beekeeping?
Well, if everyone do their part, yes. For instance, if you have a place that you can plant some, like a little back road, something for the pollinators, that's good,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
And if you go in the forest and you cut down a tree, plant two or three,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
you
the
know.
future. Yeah, for the future,
Yeah, so
right?
that at least you know that something is coming back, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. And I like the idea where you say we can plant something for the, pollination.
Yeah, man.
So,
And try to eliminate or cut down on the amount of pesticide they use, right?
mhm, that's a word. Because
Mm.
sometimes when you're buying these things, we're not thinking about, we hear they talk about the environment, yeah, it might harm the environment, this, that. But, people not looking at, the pollinators, the butterflies, the bees,
No, man.
and
The honey is the main thing, and once you see the honey, like you put bees in the box and honey produce, but there's other stuff goes on behind that, you know.
mm-hmm.
And
Well,
the beekeeper, you know, that's where he comes in. He
mm-hmm.
does his part, you know,
Yes, definitely.
maintain them. That way, you know, they can produce the honey,
Mm-hmm.
that sweet nectar, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. So is there any more question in the chat? Let me see if anyone has any more questions in the chat before I move on. So now we have some question and answer segment. Guys, shoot us some questions that you love for the beekeeper. I know some persons were asking questions, but is there anything else that you would like to hear? You know, how Oh, I have another question in the meantime. Like, you've been in Canada and you mentioned about the different seasons. I wanted to touch on that as part of the challenges you mentioned about, in the winter time. Could
Yeah,
you give
yeah.
us a little insight on how you go over the winter time and how you maintain them during the winter, and what expectations, what do you expect of them in the winter, and so on and so forth? Like, tell us
Yeah,
how you organize yourself for the winter with them.
yeah, man. Well, after the honey season, that's when the real work starts, you know, because honey
Mm-hmm.
is just when you just basically extracting from them
Mm-hmm.
that time. So once that season is over, you know that all right now you're preparing because there's no food outside, so you start to leave enough food inside
Yeah.
and you check it as I said, you check for diseases, if there's no mite and anything like that, you treat them. Because you want a strong colony going into the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Because without a strong colony, you know that the survival rate is going to be next to none, you know. It depends
Mm-hmm.
on how harsh of a winter comes,
Yeah.
right? And during that time, you have to prepare them, make sure that yeah, each hive has a queen and the population is strong,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and healthy. And then when it gets cold enough that they can't fly outside, that's when you start to prepare, like close them, you know, close them down.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, you know, you start put on their winter jacket
Mm-hmm.
because you know that winter is coming. And once snow come on the ground during winter time, after that, you may get 1 or 2 warm days.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you can lose colony even through that too because the warm days become warm during the winter and then it just get back cold and then
Yeah.
they die, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you can lose colony like that too.
Mm-hmm.
But you prepare them, right?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And wow, that's something else. I'm not seeing loving the life very, very interesting. Thank you, real life vibing. Okay. Yeah. So we're not seeing any more questions there, but we've been answering some questions as we go along in the chat. And what's one thing? Oh, somebody's asking, does all bees sting?
No, 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 no. And the
No.
only bees, only the workers thing.
Only the workers. Okay.
You
Mm-hmm. Okay.
don't have a singer.
Mm-hmm.
The Jones don't have a singer. That's where his singer would have been. That's where that's where his firm thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Guys, where I'm at right now, we're getting some nice weather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's kind of raining outside right now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, yes, I'm just wondering if I could see you.
Okay. All right. I just want to quickly wrap up with this session. And where can people find you or find your honey or your products and learn more about your work? Could you tell us where we can find more about you and your work?
Yeah, well, we're here in Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we're close to Highway 7,
Mm-hmm.
Salem Road and Highway 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where
And
you guys are. I will put the link in my description where to
yeah, man.
find the honey if anybody is want honey to purchase. And also, yes.
This, yeah, man, 'cause I didn't even get to tell you that this honey is good for allergies.
Oh,
Yeah,
does their
because
honey has a certain name to it? Like some people they call their honey some type of, like, what kind of
like
vegetation?
like
Yeah.
different types. Ours is just like wildflowers, right?
Wildflowers. Okay, okay.
Wildflower honey. That
Beautiful.
is a mixture I'm getting of different types of flowers,
Okay,
you know,
nice, nice, nice.
different type of plants.
Yeah, yeah, because I know in Jamaica they had like the blue maho or one of those trees like they
Yeah,
would say,
yeah. Because
yeah.
the season that's coming up right now is the
Mm-hmm.
goldenrod season, right?
Or
And
logwood,
goldenrod is a good plant.
logwood.
Yeah.
Logwood was the name of the tree I was trying to remember in Jamaica. Like they would
Oh,
say the
lagwood.
logwood honey. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, go ahead. You were saying that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. We have coming up now. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have the goldenrod honey, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and goldenrod is a thing. It's a very good plant, and if you really look into it, it has a lot of health benefits.
Yes.
So that's what I was telling you. Say, like for instance, allergies
Mm-hmm.
with the honey. Local honey is very good for that because if in your area, if you can find like that honey, it's good because all those plants that they feed on,
Yes.
right? That's it.
Natural stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are allergic to certain plants and the bees is feeding on it, it's
Mm-hmm.
like just like when you go for allergy treatment and they
Mm-hmm.
would give you a medication that is a little like smaller doses of the thing that you're allergic to,
Yeah.
so your body can get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the honey is, because it has everything inside,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And that's where you're gonna get. I only get that from the raw honey, you know.
Absolutely.
But when I get, for instance, people feeding their bees with different stuff, pollen patties and
Mm-hmm.
different kind of syrups and all these things, then you won't get that same health benefit.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
No.
exactly. Because now you're gone back to the synthetic things that we are running away from and not too much of the natural stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that won't give you any health benefit at all.
No. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's honey, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not really no
Yeah.
benefit from it.
Yes. So you
Mm.
absolutely stay natural and true to the
Yeah,
vegetation that the
man.
bees.
That's why that's one of the reasons why we try to keep the bees them like make sure that they have enough food going into the winter. Cause
Mm-hmm.
that's what we start. We have so much things to talk about. Cause I was
Yes.
telling you about preparing for the winter and all of that, but
Yes. Time is
that's
going.
all
Yes. Yes.
some of those things,
You have to
you
keep it
know.
for another time. For real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Some
because
of those things,
that
you
I
know.
would want to know, boy. That sounds like there's a lot that's a whole full time job in the beekeeping, especially here in Canada. Maybe in a tropical area, it might not be too bad.
Yeah, yeah, because the weather is not that harsh, right?
Yes, yes,
Cause
yes.
just imagine -20 and all these things, and the bees still survive
Mm-hmm.
inside their little house, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the whole winter preparation going over into the spring or so, maybe
Yeah.
we need to have another discussion about that because I'm sure that's another, I don't really want to dive too much into that, right? But yeah, this is really interesting. Yes, someone said loving the live, very interesting. Thank you so much. Yeah. So yes, so I don't know if anyone else is in the chat. But I'm gonna put the link in the description as to where to find. And do you have a YouTube channel you want to tell us
Yeah, man.
that one? Yeah.
Yeah, man. You have to take all the blessing on the bees family, you know.
Blessing Honeybee. Yes,
Yeah, man.
Blessing Honeybee family. Okay. That's a channel, guys. So you can go over to Blessing
Mm-hmm.
Honeybees, and I guess over
Yeah,
there you
over
will
here
get
you
more.
can learn about the bees and
It's an
the different.
educational channel, right? It's
Yeah, yeah.
educational. Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, that's such an amazing conversation, Noel. Such an amazing
But it's a good
conversation.
thing, you know. The
Yeah.
honeybees is a good thing, you know. It's a good part of life because we as mankind, we as humans need the bees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need the bees.
Yes.
Because without them pollination, doing all those stuff,
Yeah.
some of those food that we have wouldn't even see them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yes. So.
Because even pumpkin
Mm-hmm.
and all these things, they help pollinate those things, you know.
Yes.
Cantaloupe, watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And help them to bear
To bear more.
bear
Because
more.
without
Mm-hmm.
those guys, instead of bearing 10, maybe they only bear one.
One, yes, but because of the
Yeah.
pollination, now they're able to produce more.
Produce
Yeah,
more. Yeah.
yeah. And I kind of noticed that with I can say that with my cucumbers. Like because the flora is so you can see them, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like the cucumber and the zucchini. Like I was able to see them, doing their pollination, doing their
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and those sometimes you don't notice it because of the type of crop. You might not notice that they're doing any pollination because you might not see too much, but it's happening. It's happening. But
Yeah.
yeah, so this was such a sweet conversation, Noel. I I want to thank you so much for stopping by at the Patricia Johnson Lifestyle Channel, where we talk about everything that's natural, wellness, health, benefit, crop growing, and all different kinds of things. Because nowadays, guys, we have to look into nature, because at the end of the day we can always do all the different um you know what do you call fake stuff, but at the end of the day nature has provided us with different things to sustain us. And
Yeah.
I think the beekeeping, and even knowing about a small tiny insect or animal or whatever we refer to them
Yeah,
as, the
man.
bee,
Everything insect can produce such stuff.
such do such great things, because it's
Yeah.
not even just the honey, as you mentioned about the pollination. That is a big I
Yeah,
think that's
man.
one of the widest, you know.
And it's not just allergies, because even
Yeah.
diabetic people take this honey and they don't have to worry about their blood sugar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but because there's we never feed the bees no sugar or nothing like that, so
Mm-hmm.
no syrup and things. So it's all natural. So when they take that honey,
Mm-hmm.
they they they're like normal,
Yes.
you know. They used to. I remember this person said they used to use one inside the store,
Mm-hmm.
and they still have like the sugar keep going up. And once they start using this one, they don't even need to check.
Mm-hmm.
Good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well,
honey is, yeah, man. The bees is a good thing for us, man.
yes, I'm sure.
That's the benefit, you know.
I'm sure today our viewers or those who are watching or will be watching this video later, they will have a new respect for the bees, right?
Yeah, man.
Guys, I'm sure you guys will learn, will learn something, totally different, and show some respect to the bees out there, because without the bees there's no us, there's no food, there's no crops. And let's embrace nature a little bit more. And
Yeah.
and I just want to thank you, Noel, for stopping by today on our channel. And guys, please go ahead and support our guests, the Blessing Honeybee channel. Go over there and subscribe to the channel, show your love, and just watch his videos, drop a comment and see what's going on. Guys, please also remember to give this video a thumbs up when you watch it, or those of you who are watching it, please like the live, help us to grow our channel, guys, because at the end of the day, this is just all positive vibration, positive energy, we are bringing to the forefront. We have to go back to basic in everything that we are, God create us for, to serve our own purpose. So the bees doing their thing, guys, let us do the right thing. Guys,
Yes, man.
yeah, man. So we want to thank you,
Really.
Mr. Beekeeper.
Nah, man. Thank you, man. Because
All these cells, as you can see, yeah. All these cells are work.
Of course.
yeah,
Well,
see
the
for
moderator
everyone,
just
man.
give us a buzzing sound.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
good. That was good. Good. That was such a good interview. Thank you so much. I really learned a lot, and I'm sure my guests and my viewers were so intrigued with most of the stuff that you just shared with us, and I'm sure you have much more, tons of information to share with us, and we are looking forward to having you again some other time when you're not too busy to
Yeah,
come by.
most, most definitely. Guys, as I said, still, summertime
Yes,
is the only time that we really get to do, like, get our extracting and all these things, you know? And
yes,
the only time can really, really be with the bees when they're flying around and things.
yes.
So every day is very important,
Right, right,
you
right,
know?
right.
I'm very busy, you know? But
Yeah,
it's a good thing, man. We have to give thanks, man.
right.
Give thanks to the opportunity, you know?
Yes,
Yeah, man.
absolutely. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for your very warm and sweet personality, because I'm sure that you being in the bee farm help you to have a stable mind and everything, help you to be calm and
well,
patient and everything
well,
like
with the
that.
bees, the guys are guys with the bees.
Yes.
They they will calm you, you know. If you're aggressive, they can calm you. So it's not that easy if you want to.
You
They
don't
will
have a
make
choice.
sure.
They
Yeah,
keep you
like
checked.
you have to deal with them calm. If you deal with them aggressive, they will deal with you aggressive too. You know.
Precisely, precisely.
And worse, if you go at them at 1, they will come and you at 10. You know.
Yes.
They have to know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. But it's a good thing. I enjoy it, man. It's a
Yes.
good thing.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
man.
yes, yes.
I
Yes,
keep it active, you know.
absolutely.
Very active, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So for someone they even thinking about health and wellness,
Mm-hmm.
having a beehive is good for the environment,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And it's good for your health, plus the
Mm-hmm.
benefits that gonna get from them. So it's a good thing all around, you know.
Yes, right, of course.
Yeah, man, it's a true blessing, man. That's a
Mm-hmm.
gift, man. Yeah, man.
Yes, for sure. So, guys, we want to thank you. We want you to support Blessing Honeybee. And we're going to show you a 1 minute video at the end of this, just, to give you a little, sweetness at the end of this video. We're going to give you a little 1 minute video of what the Blessing Honeybee has been doing over in its channel. And guys, we just want you to go over there, support. We have to, be mindful of our environment and protect our bees. And, we just have to be thankful for our beekeepers that are out there all over the world and show our
Definitely.
love. They are, you know, there, for us, not just for selling honey, but they are there to actually maintain this and sustain the environment so we can have food to eat. So
Yes,
what better
definitely.
way to to end this live? Honestly, I don't feel like I'd want to end it, but this was such a fantastic um video. I really and truly enjoy this live, and I think my moderator is gonna show a video at the end. So, guys, we just want to thank you. We're wrapping up. Thank you again. Can't say enough. Thank you to Blessing on the Beekeeper
Yeah,
Noel
man.
for
Honor and respect, man. Blessings, man.
coming.
Blessings.
Yes, art I love,
Yeah, man.
and thank you so much for coming. Okay, guys, so is my moderator gonna show that video for us to take us out?
These are some queen cells at the worker. The bill and the lay inside these. These are all Jones. Extra large. Those are Jones. And this was a queen cell, but they converted it back to regular cells because the queen is here now. It was a queenless hive. I re-queened it. Now I'm just gonna settle in and do your thing. These are even more to work with. The scatty, patchy patchy. So this is what it looked like when a worker bees is laying in cell. They're patchy patchy, not as much as all the queen regularly.
Okay, there you have it, guys. That was the beekeeper at work. And I'm sure there's much more for you to see when you go over to his channel. And just support, watch out the videos, guys. And I'm absolutely thankful that he was here with us. And guys, we'll see you in the next video. Please give us a thumbs up on this video if you were inspired by what was being said and what was being shared. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. Bye for now. See you in the next video.
All these cells, you can see, yeah. All these cells are work